everybody, how you doing? Steve again. Just want to give a shout out to all you gas heads out there, you HHO-aholics, you hydroxy fanatics, whatever you want to call yourselves. Anyway, I just wanted to show you, actually just go over some test results that I made. Actually what I ended up doing was taking the cell, and remember how I said I put 2 extra plates on each side of the smack booster, and I had to add more electrolyte to the water to bring it back up to 20 amps because it fell down to like 12 or 14 amps with that solution. Well, I took those plates off, so it's the original smack configuration, and when I put it back in the electrolyte, it went up to 26 amps is what the cell was drawing. So I figured, well, let's try out and do a series of tests. So I did 12 tests, and during that time I also checked the terminal plugs, the terminals, the bolts up on top for the positive and negative, and they didn't get as hot as they did before when I was using that flimsy steel that I was before, so that's a good thing. But anyway, let's check out some of the test results that I did. And basically what I did was I hooked the cell up by itself, ran it, see how much the volts and the amps, the time to produce 500 milliliters of hydroxy, and then figured out the MMW for the efficiency rating for that. And I did it 6 times for the cell by itself, and then I did 6 times for with the cell and the pump running. So let's take a look. Okay, everybody, here we are. We have the first column on the left says tests without the pump. We have volts, amps, the time to produce 500 milliliters of hydroxy, and of course the MMW rating. Second column on the right, we have tests with the pump, and then so let's match up some of the things that we have and see the results. If we look on the left column, item number 2, we see 10.61 volts, 26 amps. 32.53 seconds with an MMW of 3.34. And if we go to the second column on the right, we look at item number 1, we have 10.6 volts, 26 amps, 33.25, and we have an MMW of 3.27, and that's with the pump. So that's something that we need to take in consideration, is that with the pump or without the pump, might not be the same thing. We hear people saying that if you have a pump, it actually helps produce hydroxy. And if you just kind of look at like item number 3, without the pump, 10.55 volts, 32.97 seconds at 3.32 MMW. And if we go over to either item number 2 or 3 in the right-hand column, we see with the pump it's 3.28 and 3.27 MMW. And so just for the fact that the pump is on doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to help produce more hydroxy. Take item number 6 on the left, 10.41 volts, 33.66 seconds for an MMW of 3.29. And if we go up to item number 5 on the right-hand column, we see 10.41 volts. We see time is 34.12 with a 3.25 MMW. And so that's with the pump. So we see a less output with the pump than we do without the pump. So anyway, that's what we found out so far with just a handful of tests. The cool thing about it is that the terminal lugs on the cell didn't get hot like they used to, so again, that's some good news. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, yeah, still waiting to get the stainless steel plates in so I can replace those with stainless steel plates and 316L and probably get some more production. We're going to take a look at that. And I've also been throwing around the idea of possibly having this cell, this one right here, and keeping that, and then also building another cell and then putting them both in my truck. Because we saw the video with the smack, hats off to you, dude, you rock. But with the Ford Ranger, the 97 Ford Ranger that he had, and he got an 88.8% increase in gas mileage to 46.3 miles per gallon. That was awesome. But I'm thinking about that. It was just like really encouraging, and I might put 2 smack boosters in my vehicle, and still kind of toying around with that. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I got to learn about parallel and series or however you're supposed to hook it up, because I got no clue on that. So more stuff to learn. Go figure. But anyway, back to the pump deal thing. If it's a possibility that if you did shoot, there might be some change if you shot the electrolyte through the bottom of the cell, and if the cell was wrapped and it went up through, maybe that would do something. I don't know. But with these initial test results, I don't see any big changes as far as a pump helping production of hydroxy. But again, it's not conclusive enough. It's only like been 6 tests for each. It wasn't a fully charged battery. And so perhaps I'll do another video and do some more testing as I'm waiting for my steel plates to come in. So anyway, but that's what I've been doing, and it's getting a little late. Got to get ready for work again. Do another wonderful graveyard shift, and have lots of fun. Oh, also I got the, like I said, I got the heat shrink in. So whether I go with 1 smack booster or 2 in the vehicle, I'm going to wrap it with this stuff, and that'll definitely, I don't know, that'll help keep the cell cool, and it just kind of looks cool too. So anyway, that's it. So if some of you have some cells and you're doing some experiments, and if you have a pump, hey, why don't you guys do a video and do some comparison tests as well, and that way we can see, I'm showing you what I got when I do my tests, and I know there's probably some variables in there that's not accounted for, but if you guys do some tests like this and you've got a pump, do it before or with a pump and without a pump, and we can compare those results, and maybe we can get down to the bottom of this, of whether a pump really does help produce or can assist, depending on the type of electronics that you have, in producing hydroxy. So, but anyway, it's just food for thought, something to think about, and yeah, something to do until my parts come in. And I'll probably need some more 5/16 threaded rods, so yeah, I think I need to order some more of that. So, might be a little bit later than I thought. Anyway, got to get going, so take care, God bless, and you see you on the next video. Bye.